So, today would be the #AYearathon wrap up for the month of mental health. However, I didn't actually read anything. I did start 3 books, but none of them I finished and none of them had anything to do with mental health. Just basically because it was my last week at home and I just had a lot of other things to do. So instead what I did to give you something for the #AYearathon wrap up is that I came up with a little list of my favorite mental health books that I have read at some point in the past. Some of them are in the back here at my bookshelf, but some of them are back home, and I'm just gonna talk about them and tell you why I think they're good in the representation of mental health. So yeah, let's get started. The first book is Every Day by David Levithan. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Anyways, Every Day is about someone who wakes up in a different body every day. So they also wake up in the body of someone who's depressed. And it's only a really short part of the book. But this representation of this person and how the protagonist talks about how they've been in depressed bodies before and how it's always different for everyone and how this one just feels tired all the time. It was just so realistic, and especially the thing about that it's different for everyone, I think that's really important. The second book is Once Upon a List by Robin Gold. This one is about a woman whose husband dies, and she then finds her childhood list out of school where she wrote down who she wants to be when she's older, what she wants to have done at a certain point in her life, and she basically just gives herself the challenge to fulfill all those childhood dreams. And this book is basically about dealing with loss, but also with the depression that follows, obviously. And I know that depression in that sense is something really different to like real mental health depression, but I think the way she's dealing with her feelings can be kind of used for mental health issues as well. And I think it's really well portrayed, the different phases she's going through. The next book is All the Bright Places by Niven, and I'm sure most of you have heard of this. It's a really popular book and it has its reason. Basically, these 2 teenagers meet at the top of a rooftop and they kind of both want to jump, but in the end neither does. And they become closer and talk about stuff, but also don't talk about some stuff. And that's the thing that I find really interesting in this one, because both of them have their own form of mental health issues and of issues in general. But we get both sides from both characters. We get the side of them being the depressed one, the sad one, the shy one, and we also get the side of the other person trying to reach out and trying to understand and trying to help. So we really get these 2 perspectives on mental health issues in 2 different ways, and I think that's really interesting. Then I read The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom. This is a book that's really close to my heart because I cried the whole way through. It's basically about a girl who wants to die and a man who doesn't. And this timekeeper, this protagonist, who shows them the value of life and why we sometimes forget about it. The next one is A Long Way Down by Hornby, and kind of like All the Bright Places, it starts with a lot of people on a rooftop wanting to jump but not doing so, and then getting closer, talking about stuff. But this one, firstly, is really funny, which I think is sometimes important when you talk about such heavy issues. And it also has a lot of great just phrases to describe feelings. I sometimes just felt like those phrases I could never think of just were perfect for the situation. And thirdly, I think this book shows that everyone has problems of different kinds, but everyone who wants to also has a solution. Then the real depressing one, 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. I'm sure you have heard about this one as well. It's about the goodbye letters of a girl who committed suicide to the people who are the reasons why she did that. And obviously it's really heavy, it's really deep, but it just shows the other side and the starting point of such issues and such mental health problems, because of course there is like a different side, a biological side or whatever, but there's also just a social side. There is some sort of starting point and some sort of reason behind problems like that. And this book just shows that everything we do has consequences, and that we should always look out for the people those consequences really hit. And then I kind of want to give like an honorary mention to A Work in Progress by Franta and All I Know Now by Carrie and Fletcher, which are both YouTuber biographies. And if you didn't know, both of these YouTubers are dealing or have been dealing with depression in themselves or in people around them. And because these are biographies, obviously it's not the whole story, but I think that's really important because every mental health issue is important, but it's always not who you are. It's just a part of your life, it's just a part of you, and it doesn't define you. Yeah. Okay, so that's some mental health books I've read in the past. I'm sorry that I didn't really do the AYearathon thing, but if you did, then please let me know what you read and what you thought about it in the comments down below. And also let me know some of your favorite mental health books, because I actually quite enjoy reading them. And I hope that you will pick up some of the ones I talked about. If you do, let me know what you think about them as well. And yeah, I shall see you next week. And I hope you always have a reason to smile. I nearly forgot about that. Always smile. Your smile is beautiful. I'm sorry. Okay, see you next week. Goodbye.